Valentine's Day is over. I'm late. Hey Cakenistas, it's Marisha. I am so excited to come back to the channel with an actual cake this time. We are going to be doing a very beautiful Ruffle Ombre cake. This is a cake that I've been seeing for some years, but I've never been asked to do it. And honestly, I was a little bit nervous to do it because it's one of those cakes that looks like it's simple, which can be a little bit nerve-wracking. Now, it is still easy, so that's good, but it's not at the same time. So if you have not done so yet, please remember to subscribe to the channel, press on the notification bell, and let's get started. Hey Cakenistas. Hi. Yes, so I've already got my cake layered and filled and crumb coated. Although it's not cute yet, we're gonna make it cute. I'm gonna cover it in my final layer of buttercream and then put it in the fridge. This is a strawberry cream cheese cake. By strawberry cream cheese, I'm just talking about the filling, girl. Vanilla cake. It's got a combo of butter and oil in the batter as well. I did a fresh strawberry filling with a cream cheese frosting. Ooh, what a workout. What a workout. Now I'm going to use my bench scraper to make this cake nice and smooth. I have so many actual cake scrapers, and for some reason, when I really need them, I can't always find them. What's going on? I think the gnome on the table is kind of like stealing my stuff. But we're not going to make any accusations. We're going to put that 6-inch cake in the fridge, and now this is the 9-inch cake. This is going to be the bottom tier. I put a dowel in the center of the cake and then put the cake in the freezer. Guys, don't do that until you actually cut the dowel. That was like surgery and it was very difficult. So now I'm measuring out my dowels and I can finally move on to my fondant ruffles. Like finally we actually get to the whole point of the cake. I switched back over to my 6-inch cake because we need to start with white. So I put a little bit of water on a napkin and just dabbed that on top of the cake. And then on goes a top layer of fondant. I'm using my X-Acto knife to trim off all of the excess, and then I can smooth it out with my rolling pin. Now I'm going to begin my ruffles. I'm starting with white. I'm making sure that I roll them to a nice like 1/4 inch thickness, and then I'm using a pizza cutter, which will be the easiest way to make wavy strips of fondant. These strips are only going to be like a 1/2 inch in height, and they're only going to wrap around the cake halfway. And ombre effects, especially with fondant, can be a little bit tedious to do because I started off white. I went a couple rows down with just white, and then after that I'll add 1 dot of red gel dye to the fondant. Do 2 rows like that. Add 2 dots to the fondant, and then keep going and going and going until I get this beet red. After adding that first layer, you can see I go at least a 1/2 inch above the top of the cake, and I make sure to pleat it outwards so that it has a little bit of a fold to it, just like a flower petal. And then adding in that second strip, it just slightly overlaps the first strip. Now when going down and making more layers of those fondant ruffles, I had to make sure that none of the buttercream underneath of that fondant shows. So that's just making sure to bring that bottom or that last layer of fondant slightly over the previous layer so that it doesn't actually show any of the cake, any of the buttercream that's underneath of it. Of course, this is easy right here because it's white on white, but definitely once we begin to add a little bit of that gel dye, there's no room for any mistake there. So you're gonna have to make sure that you cover that buttercream well. Now, if you want to do a layer of fondant, you can. I make all of my fondant from scratch, so that's just a lot of extra fondant that I don't want to even have to deal with, okay? But it is already really taken shape, and it's absolutely beautiful. It does kind of look like a rose. I love it. So I can comfortably begin to add little dots of red gel dye, and this is going to be the longest process because I want it to be gradual. I don't want it to be like from white to pink to red. I want it to be as gradual as I can make it. So at this point I've added just 2 dots of red gel dye to my entire batch of fondant, and you'll really be able to see it in the close-up in a couple of seconds. One huge thing that adds a lot of character and the beauty in the cake is making sure that all of your strips are totally random. You don't want them to all look alike. You want there to be thicker parts, thinner parts, and we are still doing 2 strips per layer. This is going to be a birthday cake, and it is a Valentine's Day birthday cake. How cool is that to have your birthday on Valentine's Day? It's either cool or it's not. Like, it depends how you feel about it. Now I'm moving on to the 9-inch cake. I'm very excited to be halfway through this cake because it's about midnight right now. So we're going to start with a pink layer of fondant on top because that's where we left off on the 6-inch cake. The lighting is so bad, you guys. I can't stand it when it's nighttime and everything is just yellow and bright for no reason. You can kind of see the true color here, but then it's kind of dark as well, so it may go back and forth. Just deal with it for a little bit until the daylight comes. Okay, you guys, y'all are so great. Y'all are always here and I appreciate it. I'm on my 3rd layer, and just a couple dots of that red gel dye is taking it to where it needs to be, and pretty fast. I've realized that I gotta get to that beet red because she did ask me for a beet red when it got to the bottom of the cake. So I'm like, if I'm gonna get there, I gotta start getting there now. So we are in our strong pink era with this layer, and once again we are waving and we are saving. I was nervous that the red wasn't going to be redding because if you've made red buttercream or red fondant, you know it can be a hit or miss sometimes, so you have to have your little tricks. So I did add some brown gel dye to the red to make it a deeper red, which worked out nicely. And by nicely, I mean gorgeous. Look at her. I mean, she is beet. Okay, she is beet red. She must have just received 1,000 compliments because she's blushing. This is gorgeous, especially with that gold board. We are there. We are red, okay? Now, let's move on to this cake topper. This was funny because I love this cake topper, but I could not find it at all on Amazon. But baby girl did get a Cricut for Christmas. Let's use it, okay? So when I'm making my cake toppers, I realize that layers upon layers really makes it look fancy, which we're all about here, and rich, and like it really, you know, costs some money. It's not just 2 little layers. No, do 3 or 4 layers. Put a little piece of paper in between the layers to make it like a 3D effect situation. Now we're gonna put the cakes together. It's finally the daytime so you all can see what we're doing here. You're gonna notice some tissue paper. I did that just so that my ruffles would not fall overnight while the cake was drying. And now the cake is not complete in the center because I needed to be able to stack the cakes together without ruining them. So I did set some of that pink fondant aside so that I can then finish it, and then that's when it's going to be complete. I absolutely cannot wait to see this. Hey girl, you're cute. Where are you going? What? To a party? Oh my goodness. You're gonna have so much fun. You know, that's the hard part about being a chef and a baker. Like, we see the best parties. Oh my goodness. And I just want to stay. Every time I go to a party, I just want to stay. The food smells good, you know. I guess we're not the only one to experience that. The florists and the event plan. Don't the event planners usually get to stay though? Am I wrong? Maybe it's like a sometimesy thing, but I don't know. Sometimes I just want to, you know, grab a little plate, dance a little jig. So now we have to finish this cake with some gold pearls. Now, these gold pearls were not gold enough for me. They were really like bronzy, but it's all I have to work with. I could not find my luster dust at all, and I had to get going. We have to steam finish her because that is how she glistens in the sunlight, like Edward in the Cullen clan. After that, I'm just gonna add the topper. It's a really cute topper. If you're turning 40 years old, look at you turning 20 twice. That's funny. At this point, I've named the cake. Take one guess for 5 seconds what the name of the cake is. Can I call you Rose? Yeah, 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 yeah. this cake really is romantic. Like, it really is good for an anniversary, Valentine's Day, wedding. I usually don't favor the red cakes, but honestly, this ombre effect is just sending me over the moon. Like, I love it. It was actually so hard for me to box this up and send it off. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you've made a cake like this or plan on making one, and I will see y'all in the next video. Couture and a fondant rose red ruffle cake. Bye guys. Wow, flowers look really crazy up close. When you really start looking, some of them look a little wild. The cake needs to comment of the day is going to go to FCG Honesty 745 on my did I go overboard with this frozen birthday cake short. That was a real question, by the way. She says, how does this only have 9 likes so far? I've been asking myself that question. Does it still only have 9 likes? Oh, now it has a heaping 40. It's got 40 likes. 40 fun likes. Thank you to the 40 who liked this short. It's my frozen cake. Sometimes my channel's on the struggle bus, and it's hard for people to find me because we just keep on rolling past different neighborhoods without stopping, it seems. So thank you so much for your concerned comment, and thank you for feeling the frustrations of us all at times. I appreciate that. If you would like to help me with that, you or anyone else, please share a video or 10 and just post it onto your social media. You can also follow me or subscribe if you haven't. Once again, please follow me and comment down below. And I will see y'all in the next video. Bye, Cakenistas. How does it only have 9 likes? How do we only have what we have? But I'm thankful. I'm thankful for what we have. Because we could have nada. Comment down below. Bye guys.